I mean, and I waited how long to get into photography?
Yeah, it was what'd you say, like it was a matter of like asking you, hey, you know anything about this?
I didn't start out as in middle school and being interested in
Yeah,
photography, but
yeah, but I can see
yeah.
why,
So
like now, like because it is basically it's not a car, but the same kind of, there's a lot of function and things
mm,
going on. So
yeah, I think I like that part of the of the process. So I do like the process of film because I still shoot film occasionally, and I have some really cool pictures I just got back from cherry blossom season
mm,
where I took a film camera out with a couple
yeah,
lenses, and I went alongside my digital photos and took not shot for shot similar, but
hmm,
like I spent 20, 30 minutes taking digital photos, and I spent another 15, 20 minutes taking similar photos with a film camera. And I think it's a neat process. I think it is slow and methodical, and I think the film renders the image very specifically compared to digital, because digital you have a lot of flexibility with a raw file, but film
mm.
is what it is. Once you
Oh yeah,
process it,
that's it. Yeah,
it's kind of locked in, but it has very unique colors and stuff. So
yeah.
I don't, that's the part I think I like the most about that.
Yeah, I think I do, like as a consumer, like to look at things that are clearly on film.
Mm.
And I think movies are actually still a good example of this. So
Yeah.
there's a graininess that you get from movies from the 90s and 80s that you just
Hmm.
do not get these days because everything's digital. And I
Yeah.
don't think it looks as good. I like the grain from the older films, and maybe not like pictures. It's kind of, I do still like the older stuff, but I don't care as much. But when it comes to movies, like I actually do care. Like,
Mm.
I
Yeah.
miss that grit look of a 90s film. And every
It
once in a
has
while they get it right. And then you find out, oh, it's because they used an older camera. That's why.
yeah.
So,
Well, what is a recent movie that was shot on an older camera or film stock or something with older
um,
lenses? Because it wasn't Aliens. That was definitely one that
oh
was
yeah,
shot on film.
yeah, yeah.
And
The I think the one
yeah.
I know for sure was but he shot on like 70 millimeter. Was that Quentin Tarantino Crazy Eights or something, like not Crazy
Mm,
Eights,
what's the 8 millimeter?
Hateful Eight or something. I think it was
Okay.
seven
Huh.
70 millimeter film or something like that. It was like what they shot back in the old westerns.
Mm,
So
yeah.
he used that kind of film, which has an even different kind of look to it. I think
Yeah.
in particular the 80s and 90s had that special grain. So they probably were using basically just like an advanced version of that.
Well, there's
So
definitely a character that the film will give
yeah,
because the way it will render the scene, the dynamic range, I always thought was good for highlights
yeah,
because you could take a digital picture of a contrasty scene, which basically means there's a dark part and a light part. Well, with the film camera, you could get more detail in the light part. It just seemed like it handled highlights
mm,
pretty well. The shadows, though, and this is what people would say, digital you expose for the highlights, film you expose for the shadows,
uh,
because for whatever reason, it just tended towards handling highlights better,
yeah,
right? But there's a picture I took while we were on vacation in the Bahamas, and Devin, we compared later when we got our film back and digital. But Devin was taking a picture of somebody in front of the beach, and the beach is, of course,
yeah,
really bright, lit by the sun, and they're standing underneath the awning in the shadows. They're dark. Well, his digital camera will try and make the best out of the scene, and then I had my film back from that, and then we compared and I was like, wow, look at this. Like the film totally got everything exposed pretty well, plus the background wasn't all blown out,
yeah,
like overexposed. And I was like, man, so that was the first time I saw, and this was back in
mm,
2010, I believe, where I saw shot for shot
yeah,
a comparison. I was like, oh, well, the film actually handles the highlights pretty well. It
yeah.
doesn't blow them out like digital does.
Well, I think a good comparison, maybe it's not a great comparison because they use so much CGI these days that it's,
Yeah.
I think that was part of the appeal was, but Predator, I think even the newer ones, maybe the close ups of the creature might be like a thing or not. I'd have to look it up, but
Yeah.
they don't look as cool, but it's still. I was like, okay, I get like that might be
Mm.
an actual person in a suit. But the way that the film quality looks, the original Predator looks so much better. Like it just looks gritty and grainy, and it's like I don't know. I think digital. Maybe I just have to get used to it, but it feels real fake to me. Like when Blu-ray first came out and it was like everything was so crisp. Like
Yeah.
that was really hard for me to like get used to. And now like I'm pretty used to it, but if I see something that's like a remake or like a sequel or something, or now prequels, because they always have to, they can't make anything new, so they're gonna like, oh, let's make it before. It's like but yeah. So when they do those, like that's when I notice like, oh, this doesn't look good. Like it would if I didn't see the past. Like, it's like I have something to compare it to, and it's not the same. Like Alien is good, but those are really dark movies, and Predator's like pretty bright a lot of the times. So I think that's a good comparison to like the old and the new.